intro.
Off the glass! Yeah, we fast, we attacking the action. Basket to basket, whole squad bringing traction. Troy Moolidge, boo-wop, talking straight with no slacking. And Mel in the cut, hating LeBron with a passion. Yeah, we courtside, posting 90s attitude loaded. Breaking down the plays, every angle decoded. Troy calling out the smoke, he the voice of the floor. Moolidge coming through with the stats and the law. Boo-wop, got the jokes, but he drops real takes. When the squad gets going, whole arena will wait. And Mel, man, he wild, every time Bron gets mentioned, he rolling his eyes like it's personal tension. We discussing every bucket, every legendary classic, from the paint to the arc. Yeah, it's basket to basket. If you want that real talk, tap in. No pass, this the hottest in the game. Welcome off the glass. Yeah, we fast, we attacking the action. Basket to basket, whole squad bringing traction. Troy Moolidge, boo-wop, talking straight with no slacking. And Mel in the cut, hating LeBron with a passion.
Oh shit! Fucking late, but it's okay. We appreciate you, DJ.
I'm sorry. How am I late when I came in during the intro? That's not late.
No. If you are on time, you are late. You know how that goes.
How am I late? How am I? You didn't even start the. You didn't start the show yet, and we came on the
show. We started the intro. The show been live for a minute.
Hey! This is what I know. None of y'all were on the screen before you pressed that live button. And then the intro.
We always on the screen. We always on the screen.
No. You're not listening to what I'm saying. None of y'all were on the screen live before y'all pressed the start button. I'm here.
Yeah, we was up there. They saw us.
I am on time. I am good. Y'all take y'all light skin asses on somewhere. I am. Look, the Bills and Texans are playing, and I'm more focused on that than the show tonight.
That's disrespectful. That's you too.
I'm a Texans fan. How the hell is that disrespect?
We come first. And I'm the football guy. We're your brothers. That means you're gonna be on tomorrow's show.
You first of all, Mel, you think you're a football guy. Let's start there. Just because you play college football don't mean you're a football guy.
On tomorrow's show. I think I'm a football guy.
Yeah, you think you are. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure if I'll be on the show tomorrow night or not yet. We have practice at church, so I don't know what time I'm gonna get home yet.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Now, Mel, you're definitely a football guy, but are you our football guy? I don't know.
I am the football guy. I'm the villain. I'm the villain. I just announced myself as the villain. He over here announcing himself as the king. I didn't go that far, man.
Hey, look, no. See, this is what happens when you assume I'm doing it as disrespect. Mel talks about everything. You're not the football guy.
Oh, you're not the football guy. No,
you're not just the football guy. Like you're a sports guy. You're not just a football guy. You're assuming the worst right now.
I didn't assume the worst. I
said no. Troy, I'm talking to Troy when I say you're assuming the worst right now.
I wasn't though.
Says you're multifaceted.
Troy, brother, you wearing a lot of red today. I don't like that.
That's right. I got the from the sideline hat on.
I like the from the sideline though. I'll give you that.
I had the NBA hoodie on, but it got hot in here, so I took the motherfucker off and put a red shirt on.
You know what? The one person, you know what? The one person that didn't chastise me, Moo. How are you doing today? Because these other two, they on one already.
You said you worried more about the Bills than us, your brothers. Fuck.
Man, if your football team was playing and your football team was playing, you
Boston not playing right now. The Boston not playing.
You see, but hey, when it was your Celtics on the podcast, Moo, am I lying, Moo? When it was your Celtics on the podcast, the whole podcast had to stop when they won. Right, I took a shot with you and everything. So, in that sense, when the Texans are on TV and I'm worried more about the Texans at the time, respect that and celebrate with me. Respect that and celebrate with me. Boy, I did not come on here to expect to argue with Troy. I came on here to expect to argue with Mel, but yet here I am with Troy right now. Sorry, people. Welcome to Basket Off the Glass. I'm your boy DJ Micah B. You got Mel, Troy, Moo. Y'all know what it is. Mel, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, go ahead and take that shit like a beer.
Yeah. There we go. See, but he a DJ, so that works. Hold on, let me transition real quick. I'm the shit starter tonight. That's all I'm doing. Sorry, DJ.
start shit all week.
You good?
Okay, so that's me. The shit start. Do I want to start off with the Wemby stuff, or do you want to go with what's harder to coach? Whatever you want, host. You tell us. You ask us the questions.
Whichever one you want to go first.
Okay. Well, let's go with the Wemby stuff. I was having a conversation with some guys over the week about Wemby, and I said Wemby's probably the biggest cheat code in NBA history. And if I was coaching the Spurs and Wemby was my player, he'd average 80 points a game. Now, understand what I mean by this. How tall is Wemby?
7'6", 7'7",
7'7".
Yeah.
I guess we all played basketball, like middle school basketball and stuff like that. So we all was coached, and basketball coach always told the bigs to do what? You run basket to basket, pun totally intended. Mm-hmm. And if you're the big, you stop in front of the rim, put your hand up. If Wemby is 7'7", all he has, and that's him standing straight up. That's not his arm length or nothing. Why wouldn't you just tell him to stand in front of the basket, pass him the ball, and turn around and put the ball in the basket?
I would, but I don't think Wemby wants to do that. He wants to make highlights because that's what the generation is all about. And
yeah, I don't know if it's Wemby. I just think that's the game. That's what I was going to say. I just think it's the game that's being played today. He has to do everything else. He can't just be a big man. And this is what I said. I don't know if it was this past year or the year before that. 3 traditional bigs went undrafted and still are not in the NBA because they were traditional. They didn't have a 3-ball. They want to stretch them out.
I don't necessarily agree with you can't be a traditional big. And the reason why I won't agree with that is because if Shaq was to get drafted right now and you play Shaq as a traditional big, Shaq is going to go crazy.
But what traditional big do we have right now in the league?
Right. And Mel is saying he would make Wemby a traditional big. Get your ass in the post.
Right.
No,
I wouldn't even call it a traditional big. I just would call it, bro, just stand in front of the rim. Right, but that's what I'm saying. In today's game, it could be a little bit what DJ is saying. He doesn't want to, but I just think it's the game itself, how it's played. Wemby can't just go down there and they pass it to him because then you start dropping bodies. And listen, I don't know why not. I'm not with you. He couldn't do it. When I saw this on the doc, when I saw this on the doc, I was like, I know where Mel going, Will Chamberlain. But I don't know if you get that type of success off. I'm scored. My point guard would average 40 assists a game. It would be with you. I'm throwing it down low all day.
I'm telling you now, the only reason why he can't do this because he's too damn small. He has to get some weight on him. He don't need weight. Like he doesn't really need it. He can literally dunk the ball like Yao Ming. Like I understand that, but even Yao Ming after some time had to put some weight on. But Yao Ming was going against Shaq and a couple other big. They're not like that no more. If Wemby, Giannis might be the strongest big he has to go against, or Jokic, but outside of those, I agree with Mel. This dude should be averaging 80 points a game. I do.
I don't know if it's like the fact that he only averages like 22 points or some bullshit like that. I'm like, come on, dog. Come on. It's just the game, the way the game is played today. You just don't, you don't circle in on one player's position. So you need all your guys to go. I'm circling on one player. And plus, on top of that, Wemby's hurt too, right? Didn't he missing a couple of games? Yeah. I mean, so if you don't throwing it down low, I just start chopping his knees.
But if you get stronger, you would be hurt less.
Yeah, but if you're going to chop, you can say that, but how many strong NBA players were we just talking about on the show Tuesday, Mulich, players getting injured? Like, they strong as shit nowadays, right? And they supposed to be bigger, stronger, faster nowadays, and they get
no, they're not. They're freaking. They are.
I said they supposed to be. I didn't say they were. I said
they're not. No,
that's what people say, right? That's what they're.
What they are more skilled. They're not more athletic.
They're not more skilled.
I would say they are more athletic. They're not more skilled.
Yeah, I would give them more athletic. And I wouldn't even really give them more athletic. I just think the game allows them to showcase their athleticism better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not like back in the day where they kind of were limited on showcasing their athleticism outside of
you have to play the game a certain way.
Right, because my thing with I would literally, I'm looking at it as, bro, if Kobe scored 81, like Wemby literally can score 100 points easy.
That was a different game too. I don't know.
I don't think so. I just,
bro, it's a different game.
Because I watched him
in today's game
when Draymond was guarding
in today's game.
71.
70 was it? So 71.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then Donovan Mitchell scored 70 as well.
Yeah.
Man,
listen, I'm saying he can't do it, but he could definitely average like 50, 60, 50. I'm gonna say 50.
Yeah, obviously when Mel said 80, it's an exaggeration.
I'm being hyperbolic about it. But
yeah,
still,
I could see him at 48-ish, like 50 points a game. Yeah, like
to me,
you still got to utilize your other guys. Like,
no, you don't.
Yeah, at some point, Wemby's got to come out the game. At some point,
yeah, when Wemby come out the game,
they're gonna start snacking at him, stealing the ball. Like,
no, you don't.
He said, no, you don't.
No, you don't, bro.
Yes,
like
you do. Listen, Giannis driving to the basket. There was a solution for that.
There is no solution for it. There is no solution for a 7'7" motherfucker standing in front of the basket.
Build that motherfucking wall. Don't let him get down there.
No,
then others to shoot.
Look, which is why I emphasize he needs to put on a little bit of strength, because if he gets strength and can't nobody keep him out the post, he's going to dominate.
Even if they go into a full drop, nigga, and they just drop down to where he can't get it, and somebody got to take a shot, nigga, I'm gonna let them shoot. Don't tell me coach is not gonna go in the game with like, yo, everybody drop, let everybody.
Wemby can stand 7 feet away from the basket and grab the damn rim. Okay,
he has been blocked, has he not?
He's 7'7".
That's soft.
He can step out and shoot.
That's soft that he been blocked.
But what they're saying is keep him in the paint. And what I'm saying is his game has to go this way. And if you make it go this way, the solution to that everybody's going, all right, you're gonna try it. Like, we're gonna drop early. Everybody sprint and get in the fucking paint. We're gonna see some stupid ass defense out there.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with Mel. Stupid. But if you get stupid ass defense and 3 people guard him,
it's one game. But some teams only got to see him twice. So I only got to do that stupid ass defense twice.
Look,
I'm good.
You got it. It doesn't. For me, it's just like, if you're gonna drop that many, because if you're gonna drop, that's cool. Then I have shooters. I got shooters on the perimeter.
But that's what you're gonna have to. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I'm with you there. You got shooters on the perimeter. They're going to have to shoot.
Exactly.
Coach going
but he's still 7'7".
See, that's when we see the bad boy Pistons come back out. They're gonna be like chop block, undercut, do whatever you can.
But then you're in foul trouble. Then put your whole team in foul trouble.
Put the bench in. Put the 15 nigga on the bench in first. Let them start the game, motherfucker. Keep your starters out. Foul them up.
The difference that's not going to work, because when we can actually shoot the basketball,
everybody getting a line.
That's cool, but when we can actually shoot the basketball,
I know he can shoot the basketball, but if he's just running, his goal is to get to the paint so he can score easy dunk like Mel presented to us. Then my objective and how I'm thinking is to stop that, and it's to force him to get out.
Every time.
I think that's what you get now. If they could, they would, right? If they could throw an alley every time, they would.
They won't, because of the scheme of the basketball of basketball. They would not.
I agree in that point, but if they could throw an alley every time, you don't
think theoretically they can.
If I'm the coach, man, I'm not telling them to run to the paint. I'm telling them every time.
I want people to understand. Giannis is probably the only person in the NBA that can out-jump him and maybe out-jump him and get as high as him. But Wemby is athletic enough. Well, Mel, that's the closest person. I'm not saying he can. Yeah, that's the closest person, because Giannis is athletic enough to jump, but Wemby is still taller, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like he creates so many mismatches in my mind that they're not taking advantage of. It's nuts. Like I said, because I was watching the game against Golden State, and I'm sitting here like, bro, like, just stand in front of the basket. Like,
It's the easiest assist anybody can get.
Wemby is listed at 7'3".
He's taller than that.
Because
Bobo is 7'3".
Because he's taller than he's taller than Chet.
7'4".
He got to be taller than that.
Because he's taller than Chet Holmgren, and Chet's taller than that.
7'3" is what they got him listed.
Chet is what listed at 7'3".
No, Chet is listed at 7'1".
No,
so it's Rudy Gobert.
Hey, Chet got to be at
Luke
least
Kennard, Brooke Lopez, Derek Lively.
No. Derek Lively 7'1".
That's what I got here.
That's crazy as hell. I didn't even
know
that.
Look up the tallest NBA players.
No, Chet.
What y'all was saying he was 7'7"? Yeah, y'all was saying he was 7'7"?
Yeah.
God damn.
His brother is 16 years old and he's 6'10".
See, Mel, the same thing you're saying right now is the thing that used to bother me about Yao Ming.
But Yao Ming is different though. I think because I don't think Yao Ming was as fluid a basketball.
Right? No. But I'm saying that the thing was, it's like when Yao wasn't playing against Shaq or maybe Tim Duncan, or they was like, "Yo, get your ass in the post up and dominate the game."
Yeah, Wemby is even on Basketball Reference is listed at 7'3".
That nigga gotta be taller than that.
He's taller than that.
But that was my thing with y'all. Was like, yo, you out here doing fadeaways and turnaround jump shots and mid-range shots, and I'm just like, take your motherfucking ass in the post. What are you doing?
Because it's like once Shaq realized he was strong, like he was just unstoppable, he just bullied everybody. Like
there's only two players that's ever been 7'7".
George Mirasan and Sean Bradley.
No, Manute Bol.
Okay, yeah, Manute was that tall.
Sean Bradley was 7'6". Taco Fall is 7'6". Yao Ming was 7'6". Wemby, see now. But what is this? That's not a reliable source. They got him at 7'5" here on Sporting News. That's not a reliable source though.
You know, well, shit. Kevin Durant keeps saying he's 6'12", so you can't take people's.
Let me see. Let me go to the
on record saying that he lies about his
height. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant literally said he wasn't 7 foot, but DeMarcus Cousins was listed at 6'11", and Kevin Durant was taller than DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
So
do y'all think? Because the next question was, do you think Wemby? I don't think he will because I just don't believe this version of the NBA is going to allow it. I just think with load management, with all of the things that's happening during the games, even in injuries aside, do you think Wemby, because everybody's talking about Wemby has the chance to become what we consider the GOAT in the conversations with the LeBrons, the Jordans, the Kareems.
But just so you know, NBA.com has Wemby listed as 7'4".
Do you see?
That's still ridiculous.
Does anybody see Wemby winning 5 championships?
In today's league, I don't know.
With the Spurs?
Just in general, do you see him winning 5 championships?
In today's league, I don't know. Because then that would mean how many back-to-backs am I giving him?
Yeah, I would say he had to have a back-to-back.
And then because with Wemby is difficult because we still got to take in every single tall person that we had in the league dealt with injuries. So Wemby probably is most likely going to have some injuries. Now, how severe those injuries are across this year, we don't know, right? But we know you're going to deal with some injuries, so we got to take that into consideration too. But if he stays healthy, and I don't know, because I would have to give him a back-to-back. Then with OKC being as good as they are, Nuggets is not out of it. Tatum get back for Boston, not out of it. The Bucks.
Yeah, but you Giannis. I feel you, but right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also got to think if he's healthy for let's just say another 7 or 8 years, right? Could he?
I was looking at the next 10.
Okay, so let's just say the next thing. So could he theoretically win? Let's just say
half the time he's going 5 championships.
Right. So let's just say the lifespan of somebody his size in the NBA is probably 10 years from because he's in the second year. So let's just say he's in the second year and the lifespan is 10 years. He would have to win 5 and 8. Do I think he could do it? Theoretically, I think it can be done, but will it though? I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
5? You think he won 5 in 8 years?
No, I'm saying I don't know. No, I'm saying theoretically, could he do it? Yes. If the mismatch and the way we're talking about what he should be averaging and things like that, could he theoretically win 5? Yes, but I don't think he will get to 5 because it still matters with the team around him. And right now, the second best player on that roster is probably De'Aaron Fox or maybe Stephon Castle or what's the rookie? I can't think of his name right now. But will he win 5 and 8? No, but could he theoretically win 3? I think he could probably get 3. He could probably get 3. But if he turns out to be MVP and defensive player of the year this year, and then comes back and wins MVP again next year, and he's in the running for defensive player again, whether he's 1, 2, or 3, I don't think he'll be considered a GOAT, but we're going to have to start having a conversation right there, like if he stays on this pace.
But even if would you put him? Because I think there's a lot of bigs we don't give any credit to. Like I don't think we give Dwight Howard enough credit for doing what he did.
Oh, I do.
I didn't say you did.
I know, but I definitely do.
I think if Dwight won one more championship,
if Dwight would have won a championship as the guy, we talk about him totally different.
Could you imagine if Dwight would have won the finals in 2009?
Right.
Yeah, but everybody.
Well, that's a good segue because I definitely want to get to that part too, because we kind of touched on it last week. Matter of fact, I think DJ was here too, so we can have a little deeper conversation with that. Does the conversation change with certain players, not all players, certain players, if they win championships? Do championships actually matter? Because too many people tell me it don't matter a lot, but it's one of the first things that come out of people's mouths when comparing the greats of all time.
Yeah, well, you want to start this off?
Yeah, shit, I'll go ahead and start it off. They do matter. They absolutely matter. They're career changing, right? Championships put your career on a different type of trajectory, right? Regardless of the fact even if you're just a role player, you coming with that type of championship pedigree, you being on the championship team, training with a championship team, picking up championship mannerisms and how champions move, like that shit matters, right? So even if it doesn't equate to a Hall of Fame career, the fact that you are a champion does equate to different, just a different, you being in a different light as far as a basketball or as far as football player, as far as athlete winning a championship, right? But if you were the guy, if you were a superstar, if you were a star, then yeah, having a championship takes your career or takes the outlook of your career to the next level because you won a championship, because you were successful when you reached the pinnacle on a championship team, especially if you were the guy that helped win or helped lead the team to the championship. Yeah, it takes your career to a different level than somebody who was just good during the regular season, because yeah, you may have got that regular season MVP and that may be fine, but we all know the NBA playoffs is a different season. So what you do during that season, how important were you in those moments? All right, how important were you leading up to the championship, and then how important were you in beating the championship? I do think it matters.
Put that back up. I'll put it up. Okay, because I want to touch on this. This is why I said what I said about the greats and stuff like that. Now, how differently? Because I think me and Troy got into this too. How differently do we look at a Karl Malone and John Stockton if they win an NBA championship in 1998 or 97, whichever?
I think we're looking for completely different because they knocked off who we call the GOAT.
Yeah, I think it's important because of who they beat.
Right. And because I say this a lot when I have these conversations with, LeBron fans, of course, is we either discredit or overvalue championships or championship players based on who they played and who they did not play. If they won or if they did not win. It's like Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler to everybody is not considered a great. But if you look at Clyde Drexler and what he did and the run he went on, in the early 90s, mid 90s, whatever it may be, it gets overshadowed because they did the Bulls, because he did lose to the Bulls, he did lose to the Pistons. So imagine how different we look at Clyde Drexler if he wins a championship.
Clyde Drexler won a championship.
No, not with the Rockets. Not with the Rockets.
As the man. But that's the same thing I say about Paul Pierce, right? People don't look at Paul Pierce as who he really is, because even though he's won a championship and he has a Finals MVP, he doesn't have a season MVP. And I feel just like you're saying, a championship for those guys, I feel like an MVP for Paul Pierce moves him into another bracket.
It changes how we view him.
How everybody else views him, because I know where he should be.
I think a championship changes the view of a player if you're looking to rank them all time.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So when I say looking to rank them all time, I mean like probably the top 30 players of all time winning a championship. Because y'all Troy brought up Paul Pierce, you brought up Karl Malone, John Stockton, and
Clyde Drexler.
But the obvious choice here is Charles Barkley or Allen Iverson.
They're all in the same boat. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But I'm saying, like, I don't think like the younger generation knows Charles Barkley now for being the funny guy on TV. But could you imagine if Charles Barkley would have won the 94 finals against the Rockets after he sat there and won MVP and averaged damn near 26 and 15 for the whole season? Like, he's trolled now all the time because he doesn't have a ring, because Shaq and Kenny and all them troll him. But I don't think people understand that Charles Barkley is probably considered a top 5 power forward of all time. But had he won a championship, because Karl Malone didn't win a championship, but Kevin Garnett won a championship, but he won the Finals MVP. Tim Duncan won a championship, and he was Finals MVP 3 times. Mm-hmm. And Dirk won a championship, and he was MVP the 1 time. Like, I feel championships matter when you're ranking.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said the greats. That's why I said that.
Right. So I think champions and greats being loosely. So I want to know what you mean by the greats. Like, if you had to
anybody in your top 10 to 12, 15.
Oh yeah, then yeah. It definitely matters if anybody in the top 10 or 12. Yeah, for sure. It definitely matters. I mean, like, for somebody like Troy's gonna say something to this, but for somebody like Robert Horry, nobody would consider him people wouldn't even consider him for the Hall of Fame if he didn't have 7 championships.
And even with the 7, he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he belongs in the Hall of Fame, but I'm saying, like, it wouldn't be considered. Like, Rudy T went up there and was like, I want y'all to take in consideration he has 7 championships, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, yeah, he has 7 championships, but he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because his statistics don't warrant that.
If you want to put him in the Rockets,
I couldn't even think of his name when I said that. I forgot his name. I forgot who we was talking about for a second.
Like,
when you say fuck Robert Horry, and it just said fuck him because I couldn't think of his name.
Because then it's also how different. Now let's go to the other side. We just talked about the guys that we kind of forget about. Now we got guys that we overvalue because they have championships. I'll give you one guy who's plain as day. Kevin Durant.
Okay. Kevin Durant is a special case though, because and the reason why is because Kevin Durant probably is skill-wise a top 10 to 15 talent all time in the NBA. So, right? But like to your point in saying you overvalue them because they have 2 championships. Name me another example. No, name me another example. Because Kevin,
I'm gonna give you right now. Well, I'm gonna give you what the comparison to Kevin Durant is. If Kevin Durant stays in Oklahoma City, he's Carmelo Anthony.
No, absolutely not. I would still rank Kevin Durant in my top 10 to 15.
No, not without a champ. Why?
I would. I mean, yes, I would.
There's no way.
Kevin Durant is a 50-49 shooter all time.
Okay, and so is Steve Kerr. Like,
Mel, makes no sense.
You spitting numbers out, dog.
You know damn well Steve Kerr wasn't shooting as much as Kevin Durant. Don't do that.
Don't matter.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You just said 50,
damn well.
40, 90, dog.
You know damn well. And Kevin Durant also led his team to the finals. Kevin Durant also averaged more than 30 in the finals. He just ran into LeBron. You can still have a top 10 to 15 talent and not win. And I'm not saying if he didn't win championships with Golden State, he wouldn't. He would be without those championships. I think he would still be somewhere 20 or less, like 20 or
he's Carmelo Anthony.
1 to 20. Carmelo's not in the top 20, 25 or 30 players.
He's not. He is.
No, he's not. He's a
yes.
No, he's not. He's not.
Maybe right outside the top 25, 30-ish for me. I don't know.
You name third.
But hold on. Let's stay on topic. Hold on. I want to say something. So Mel, you said if KD stays in OKC.
Yes.
So basically what you're saying, if
he never wins the championship.
If he never wins a championship, that's crazy. That's crazy.
When does he win it?
It's crazy.
When does he win it?
I think if KD stayed in Golden State.
No.
Hold on. I mean, Oklahoma City. If KD stayed with the Thunder, Golden State don't get the killer they need to get past LeBron. So, which can ultimately happen is the Thunder beating Golden State in the Western Conference Finals to play LeBron in the finals multiple
That's a good
years
point.
to squeeze out the Thunder. To squeeze out OKC. Golden State and replace them with the Thunder with Russ and KD there, because we cannot act like those two wasn't going to go back to the finals together. Don't know if they would have won it together, but let's not act like if he didn't go to Golden State was just going back 5 times. Like, I don't think so.
So what makes you think that Oklahoma City was going?
Oklahoma
they
City
were up 3-1 against Golden State.
And what is that? Did they win?
And they blew it. So
okay,
that right
that's
there.
That's what showed off, Moo. But Moo, you know what I'm saying is correct. If KD stays, y'all don't know if y'all get back. And I'm not saying all the times. You'll probably get back the next year. You don't.
I don't think y'all going to straight finals either.
I don't think y'all going to straight.
Yeah, but I don't think the Thunder either.
Sorry, because I'm not. It's because to me it would have been Golden State, OKC, and Houston.
But again,
if they all stay in place, those are the 3 that would have been there.
Stay with me now. Stay with me now. This is the reason why I said how, fellas. Because how is Houston competitive if they don't get James Harden?
They had James Harden before before Golden State had KD.
Yeah, we talking about I said all 3 of them had.
We're talking about a time when James Harden was already in Houston when KD was on Golden State.
No, so we're talking about KD stayed on OKC.
Right, but James Harden was already gone.
He's gone already when they go.
It's about 2016.
So the year that KD
James Harden came in 2012, he was already there in Houston.
Houston was Y'all
yeah, we literally said right away, Golden State was down 3-1 to OKC with KD and Westbrook.
Or whatever you want to say, Dwight Howard, whoever the players they got to get, those players still got to fall in line, and that came down the line later. Yes. So it took the Houston some time to get better. But I think in that 3-year span, it probably only took them, 2, maybe 3 to get to where they were. And then at the back end of the 5 years, you got Houston in the mix with the Thunder because the Thunder still got KD and Russ.
Westbrook.
I don't think that's so far fetched to think KD and Russ can knock off Clay, Steph, and Draymond. I don't think that's too much. Especially if Andre Roberson did what they signed him to do. If he was the guy they signed him to do, that other team would have been a lot. Would have
been to do something that they've never done.
They went to the finals twice.
No, I mean, they went to the finals. You said beat Golden State.
They could have. Things change.
We see teams that didn't get beat
all the time. Why you think the Pacers and the Knicks have a beef right now? Like, nigga won, nigga came back and beat them. Like, teams lose. It's not just a foregone conclusion that every year the team is going to beat the same team.
I didn't say it was a foregone. You just have a lot.
But you said, how do I know that OKC was going to beat them? Because at some point you get over the hump, and at some point Westbrook and them would have figured out the motherfucker up. They were up 3-1. You don't think if they come back the next year, they could fucking have a chance to fucking get back into that flow and go up 3-1 again and actually finish it?
No.
Crazy. I'm just saying what happened.
Like they were up 3-1. You don't think
they could have finished it if they corrected their mistakes from the first time? They finished that motherfucker. And
given your theory that you just said, then Golden State without KD can go correct it and beat the fucking Cavs.
They absolutely can.
100%. Yeah, that's my point.
We're not saying Golden State couldn't do it.
I'm not saying
we are literally saying.
I don't know if they get it.
We are literally saying OKC was talented enough to beat them, but they Golden State came back down from 3-1 and won, and the same way the Cavs came back down from 3-1 against Golden State in the finals. It could have went either way. And if KD stays in OKC, Westbrook comes back, Roberson is a year older and a year more seasoned, they absolutely could probably go back and knock
moving for some piece that actually help the team. We don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that KD trickle thing going there. And I'm not saying Golden State needed him, but they definitely needed a guy like him that wasn't a Harrison Barnes. You feel me? I don't know, to that caliber, who knows?
And Moo, I've heard you kill Harrison Barnes over and over again.
Harrison Barnes was playing good. The finals is where he shit the bed.
Yeah, 100%. We talked about that 100%. But we needed what KD, the scoring that KD offered them is what they wanted from Harrison Barnes, right? But then you just got it magnified times 10 when KD came over and signed. That's just all it is. So if you take KD out that situation, who's to say if Golden State doesn't keep Harrison Barnes and they don't get back to the finals or the Western Conference Finals and Harrison Barnes struggles like that again?
If Harrison Barnes plays the way Harrison Barnes normally plays, they sweep the Cavs and KD never comes to Golden State.
We still don't know if he comes to Golden State.
Right, but he didn't.
He's still a free agent.
So if Kevin Durant stays and you keep Harrison Barnes, it's very plausible that OKC could have knocked up Golden State the next year. It's plausible. It's not like impossibility.
I'm saying it's not far-fetched. I'm saying it's foregone conclusion, but
up on them 3-0 or 3-1. My bad, 3-1.
You over there glitching out right now.
That nigga's in the Matrix.
It's that Texas Wi-Fi.
That's the heat. He started getting hot in there. He said, I'm about to cut your ass up. Hold on. DJ, get your shit right. DJ, hold on. Let me get my shit right. I'm coming back. I ain't done with y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm motherfucking stuck.
But yeah, I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion that Golden State doesn't go back. But I'm saying from my basket to basket opinion that I could believe that if OKC if they go back another year or the next year after that, it could take them 2 years. I could see them knocking off Golden State at some point somewhere. Because we got to remember, Curry could have got hurt. Draymond got suspended again, or whatever you want to say falls and trickles down. Like
play towards Achilles.
It could still happen in that facet to where OKC can knock them off and then go and play the Cavs in the finals and maybe beat the Cavs. So that's to your original point. that KD never gets a championship if he stays well. I don't believe that.
I don't even think
I don't believe that.
Case because they still got to go up against Kyrie and K-Love.
That's fine. Westbrook, KD, and whoever you want to say, Ibaka, nigga, whatever. Bring it on. Big three versus big three.
Absolutely.
Listen, we don't know what we don't listen. I don't. You can say it, but we don't know. We don't know.
Well, you standing 10 toes down on your
because it could
okay.
We don't know. We can't just say it's a foregone conclusion that the Cavs beat them. Like, I'm not saying that. The Cavs is not the Miami Heat. And I know Kyrie and K-Love is some damn good players, but that I don't, and they're wiser and older at that point too. I don't know. I can't say that's a foregone conclusion that the Cavs just beat them. Not gonna say that. Cavs struggled against OKC. I mean, no, I don't believe it. That's especially because if we're looking at it too, that would be Westbrook and KD's revenge fucking championship too. So I definitely think they gonna go out there and get one done.
I don't.
They get a chance. I do.
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't.
That's fine. That's fine that you don't. That's fine that you don't think they wouldn't. But for anybody here to sit here and say there's no chance they would, and they would, and KD wouldn't win a ring in OKC, or he wouldn't have rings if he didn't go to Golden State, like it's a foregone conclusion. That's crazy. Because KD during that time frame was one of the top 3 players in the NBA. So in that sense, you can't sit there and say he wouldn't. You don't know if he would.
That's all. That is true. But who wins championships by themselves?
Dirk and Hakeem. Now, what are we talking about? Let's move on here.
That's actually
whoa. You said what?
Dirk and Hakeem.
Hakeem who?
Olajuwon.
He won it by himself?
That's Cap DJ.
He didn't have an all-star teammate in 94.
So that's what so then if that's the case, then so did Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan has Scottie Pippen was an all-star. Like
98. No, Scottie Pippen was
Scottie Pippen was all-star. Yes, he was.
Not 98. No, he was not. He was not
because
in 98.
He wasn't an all-star in 98 because he sat out most of the year.
Oh,
he sat out most of the year from injury. He did.
That's what he said.
So KD will win a championship against the Cavs with LeBron, K-Love, and Kyrie by himself. Is what you're telling me?
I didn't say it was by himself.
We also got to remember because Westbrook is still there. So I don't know what you're doing.
Mel asked the question who won by themselves, and I said Dirk and Hakeem. That was his question.
We got to also remember.
Dirk didn't win by himself.
That's the reason why it wouldn't work in the first place.
It worked to be up 3-1.
It worked to get him to the finals at 25.
And what happened?
Some players didn't step up and play the roles and do what they needed in their roles.
Okay, keep going. So why
Andre Roberson? No, I'm not
I don't know what Moose point is asking me right now. I don't know what your point is.
Kendrick Perkins.
Like you, I don't know what Moo's point is because Moo questioned me about who I said who I think won a championship by themselves, and I named it. And I said because he didn't.
Kevin Durant. That was my point. You brought up Kevin Durant.
Win a championship by himself.
I didn't say Kevin Durant was going to win by himself. Mel said who wins a championship by themselves.
Kevin Durant was a top player in the league that year.
Yes, but I never said he was going to win by himself. I never said Westbrook.
I said, do you expect him to win it by himself?
But then he said,
I said Westbrook was on the team and he could have got it done.
Obviously, they couldn't. Why?
I said they were up 3-1 and they lost to Steph Curry. But to Troy's point, Troy said Troy literally said people get hurt. Clay got hurt during that run. Kevin Durant got hurt.
K-Love got hurt. Kyrie got hurt. Like,
and we all know K-Love and Kyrie were always hurt.
Like acting like the Cavs are just gonna go through all this shit 100%.
These niggas are not
nothing can happen to turn the tide.
Kyrie was always hurt.
Not saying that they even need it. Like you acting like these two players didn't come together to get their team to a finals, get their team to Western Conference to battle with the best team in the league, right? Like they couldn't figure it the fuck out. All they need to do is get their ego aside. Could they have come if they would have got their egos aside? That's what split them. It's I want to be the man, I want to be the man. But they could have got that shit together. If they could have got it together, they came back the next year. KD just stays and resigns. He's like, yo, if KD says, if I'm gonna resign, we're gonna stay and work this shit out, then yeah, it's a motherfucking threat in OKC. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
You killed your own point.
What y'all talking about?
You killed your own point.
They wouldn't have got worse if KD stayed there.
No,
you just said
it got worse.
You just said that they had turmoil.
Anymore. That was the point.
You literally said they got beef between the two of them.
And him and Westbrook will have to work out their problems, thus propelling them forward to be successful.
Who's saying they don't work out their problems though? And that's Troy's point.
And first of all,
who's saying they don't work it out?
When KD left, right?
Y'all are only assuming one side of the argument. And that's the issue. Y'all are saying they wouldn't figure it out. They probably would.
He would have done it.
They probably would have figured it out. You don't know, and that's the point of the what if.
He did not want to.
That's the point of the what if.
Two were going to leave. KD and Russ were not going to stay in OKC together.
You don't know that. You're assuming.
So hold on. Let's take that, right? So one of them leave, right? But let's say neither of them leave, and KD resigns and stays, and they sign some more pieces, and they're right back at it. They go at it. All right, we got you for another 4 years. We're gonna try this. We rebuilt the. Let's see if we get. You don't think those guys find themselves in another predicament where they're up 3? Now I'm not even saying 3-1 or 2-3-2, a game 7 where they can win it and get to a finals and then beat the Cavs, who then struggled with injuries along the way. It's not so far fetched. Yeah, I get what you're saying. The relationship at that point is that's why he left. What I'm saying is if they could have amended it and KD came back, because as Westbrook said, it was a shock to him that KD left. It was a shock to him that he left and he went to Golden State. It was a shock to him. He didn't even talk to him. He didn't call him on the phone like, hey, buddy, I get it. The relationship wasn't what it, but if they could have, KD was like, yo, you my boy, we rocking out, I'm re-signing. All that shit we're talking about the relationship goes out the window because now they're there to figure it out. What happens after that point is what I'm saying. What happens after that point of KD, like, we figured this, let's do this. It's me and you. Let's do it. What happens after that? You cannot tell me that OKC isn't a threat to get to a finals and win one.
It's not.
That's
it's
all
not
I'm saying.
The perfect example is the and Troy. I think you're gonna like the perfect example. Also, okay, yeah, OKC. I don't know. That's something to figure out. But
yeah, I don't know.
How many times did Boo Wop and other people say on this podcast, oh, Jaylen Brown thinks he's the man on the team and Jason Tatum is the man on the team, but they can't get along. They can't do this. And they figured it out. Who's to say they don't figure it out and get it done? Right? And I'm not saying y'all are wrong saying, hey, maybe they don't figure it out and they never won a championship. But you have to look at it on the other side as well. Like, well, maybe they do. Are they talented enough to win a championship? Yes, they were talented enough to win a championship. Yes, they had a roster that was good enough to win a championship. They were up 3-1 against the defending champs that went 73-9 that season. They were talented enough to win a championship. Now, did they choke? Absolutely, they choked because they were up 3-1 and didn't win another game. But obviously, the roster was talented enough because to get to the finals, and they could have won.
Well, it takes more than having a talented roster. The Clippers have talented rosters.
I'm saying when you stack it up against what they did that year when they went up 3-1 against Golden State, and then Golden State went on to lose to Cleveland. Who's to say Kevin Durant doesn't outdo LeBron in the finals? And they win one if they would have beat OKC, if they was to beat Golden State the next year.
Because you would have to have Westbrook outdo Kyrie.
So you don't think it's plausible that Westbrook could have a better series than Kyrie in a final?
Westbrook could average what, 26, 27?
You're right. Y'all are acting like Kyrie can't guard Westbrook. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right out. During that time frame, Kyrie could not guard Westbrook. Kyrie's not a good defender.
But that's the problem with the OKC Thunder. That's what I'm trying to. When Russell Westbrook gets those types of matchups, he forgets about Kevin Durant. He goes nuclear. He gets.
Okay, so I'm happy you said that because I can use the same argument against you, like Troy said. So Kyrie Irving has a history of getting hurt. Who's to say Kyrie doesn't get hurt in the next 2 years and they have nobody to guard Westbrook now or nobody to duel against Westbrook and they beat Golden State? You see what I'm saying? Matthew Dellavedova is guarding Westbrook. Westbrook is going to abuse. So here we go again with your hype. You're only seeing this thing on one side. You're not weighing out the other. I'm weighing out both sides. I do think that if Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and LeBron all stay healthy, maybe they knock off OKC if they get to the finals. I do think if Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green stay healthy, and they're with Harrison Barnes has a good series, they knock off OKC. But on the flip side of it, for example, if Kevin Durant doesn't get hurt in 2019 and Klay Thompson doesn't get hurt, do you think Kawhi Leonard wins the second championship? Okay, that's me and Troy. You don't know going forward.
Was beating Boston fully healthy in 2010?
No, I've always stood on that. And I always
realize Kyrie only got hurt 1 year with LeBron, right?
And all we saying is that's all.
It was only 1 year.
He's again
that's
right
all
now.
we're saying is that's what
year.
has to happen. One year, Kyrie gets hurt, and it could be a year that they go against OKC. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying 1 year he got hurt. You said, I'm sorry.
Westbrook also got hurt.
He was available when the playoffs came.
Westbrook got hurt because Patrick Beverly dove at his knee and tore his meniscus. But other than that, Westbrook didn't miss games. I'm not saying he can't get hurt, but here, right? I'm not saying he can't get hurt.
Either which way,
on the flip side of that, anybody can get hurt.
That's all. I've been saying that from the jump. I don't understand why it can go either which way. Anybody can lose a guy. Troy said that. Anybody can drop. We can lose Klay one series. The Thunder beat him. Next year, Houston can lose. The fucking Steph can go out with an ankle injury, and then Houston beats him. We don't fucking know if all those teams stayed in place the way they were. We don't know what happens over that course of that 5 years where it was or Golden State and fucking the Cavs.
Who's to say Chris Paul never gets hurt and Houston beats everybody and then goes to the finals and win? Right?
Okay, so let's get back to the original point of this because y'all are dancing on shit.
That's what the tone. That's what it always was though. It was could KD. He said that he doesn't think that KD would ever win a championship with OKC if he stays there. That's a hypothetical. That's a because he's not there. Right, the fact that he's not there, so we would never know, right? So it's hypothetical. And what I'm saying is, I'm on the opposite side. I do think he would, but kick it back to Mel. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, the point of it is that we take people who have won championships. Now, we already talked about the ones who didn't, how we undervalue, and I'm talking about people who we overvalue who win championships. Right. That's why I had to kill it because it's going in circles. Now, going to the people y'all really love Kevin Durant, so I'm gonna take Kevin Durant and move him off to the side.
I don't really love Kevin Durant. I just like hypotheticals.
No, we don't like hypotheticals. We hate that shit. All right, now
you stood on it for a while.
No, I didn't stay on it on a while.
You stood.
Move on. The
you literally stood on. Move on.
Listen, move on. Right, like that wasn't the point. It was just the point was that we give some guys a little too much credit because they won championships.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin Durant is one of them. I just going back to the original topic. I don't think Kevin Durant is one of them.
Yeah, I'm with Mel. Robert Horry. I'm with you, Mel.
Mel started off this conversation with saying like Kevin Durant, but I don't think Kevin Durant is one of them. I do believe somebody like Robert Horry, Derek Fisher.
I said I'm putting Kevin Durant to the side. I said I'm taking him and I'm putting that nigga to the side.
He just said, I don't care. It's Kevin Durant.
Hey, facts.
Oh, Kevin said, I don't care, man. He's not in that motherfucker.
Oh my God.
You should have picked a different example.
No,
literally.
Clearly turned up for me because the Texans is winning. Okay, just y'all got to get y'all.
I'm not even watching the game because I don't have a TV in here to see the game. I don't know who's winning.
Because I'm watching the game and these niggas is finna.
Well, y'all told me when I said I was worried about the Texans game that I should be more worried about the podcast. And
I never said that.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
I did.
Right.
Well, shit. They got the Texans got the ball inside the red zone with 23 seconds. I mean, the Bills got the ball 3rd and 1, 28 seconds in the red zone. Down 4. All right. Fuck that. I'm not even going to go no further with that conversation because that was ridiculous. All right. Now, to piggyback, there was another conversation real quick that we had. Would you prefer, if you was a head coach, a guy who does everything decent, nothing great. He's a decent basketball player. He can shoot a little bit, pass a little bit, rebound a little bit, play a little bit defense, or someone who's an elite scorer. Now, I will give you the 2 people that was given in the dynamic. Troy is probably going to lose his shit. I just got finished dealing with DJ. It's going to be Troy this time. Okay. So, would you rather have a Derek White type of player or Carmelo Anthony type player as a coach? Because what was said was it is harder to coach someone like Carmelo Anthony because if that guy has an off night shooting, it could disrupt the team, yada, 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 yada. Opposed to someone like a Derek White who is, stiff. Not good, not great, right down the middle. As a coach, you had to pick from one of these 2 types of players. Who are you taking?
I'm not going to go first. Go ahead.
Troy, I'm going to put this on Troy. I'm going to let Troy go.
What do you mean? I want a Derek White or a Carmelo Anthony? Give me Derek White. What are we talking about here? Nah, definitely. I mean, talent is talent. If you have your hands on a balanced player, I would definitely look at the balanced player. But I was just about to say this, but it definitely depends on what the rest of my roster is shaped out to be.
Now,
because I can't go with a shooting guy if I don't have the pieces to support the shooting guy.
I want to say shout out to the chat because that is the exact answer that someone who knows basketball would say. So I appreciate that because that's the answer that I gave. Because I told the guy who put it up there, I was like, without context, you can't make a decision. I need to know what the other 4 guys in the court are doing. Because it makes Josh Allen just threw an interception. He is ass. Oh, he's ass.
Told you. Trash.
Fucking garbage.
Trash.
Okay. Back
in the red zone too.
back to basketball. Without context, you can have the guy who can run, who can pass, score a little bit, but if the guys around him aren't good or anything like that, then what kind of value does he actually bring? You know what I mean? And just as a coach, I'm always going to take talent over like supreme talent at that. Supreme talent. There's a reason why Carmelo Anthony was a top 5 pick and Derek White was not.
Okay. Yeah. If the guys being brought up was Carmelo Anthony, Derek White, I'm gonna take Carmelo Anthony every time. I don't care that he never won a championship.
This is not about championship. This is just about talent.
Well,
it's not.
I think he just wanted us to take Carmelo.
The archetype.
I get it. No. The reason why I said I don't care if he never won a championship or anything is because it's easier to build around Carmelo. Who's to say he doesn't win a championship in a different situation?
No. Take the name. It was an archetype. That's all. It just
okay. So if it's an archetype, tell me how much the scorer is scoring per year.
Just 25 points.
Then you're going to take I would take the Carmelo player, right? Because it's easier to build around.
And that's the point of it all. Is just like when you see talent, you know talent. You take talent all the time, like because you can figure out what to do with talent. A dude that's just okay, there's a reason why those guys are just rotational players. That's why the term generational talent, top 5 pick, That's why those terms exist. That's why they are what they are. We just don't say, you know what? That motherfucker's mediocre as shit. I want him. That's not how that works.
Yeah, like give me the guy that's gonna make multiple all-star teams, always be in the top 10 and 15 of MVP conversation. Yeah. Give me the Melo archetype for sure.
Yeah, like I said, it's the Tracy McGrady, it's those types of guys like that are extremely gifted scorers. Just wanted to get y'all opinion on it.
Yeah, now, I mean, I would definitely, like I said, it definitely has to depend on the team and the pieces around that player that I'm looking to get. But if it's definitely a Carmelo type player, you don't want to miss out on a Carmelo. As much as I troll him on this show, definitely was a great player, great attribute of a player. The only thing that would bother me about the Carmelo looking at him is the ISO 1-on-1. He is the best probably ISO player if you thinking about him and Joe Johnson. But I don't know. For me, I don't know if I want that on my team ISO guy. I think I'm more of a team-oriented guy.
I think it just depends on the outlook of the roster, like Theo said in the comments.
But that's what I mean. Like that's like I said, it was a non-context laid question because the first thing I said was it just depends on the other four guys. Like who's going to be on the court with him.
Yeah.
Because if you already got a Carmelo type nigga on the court, then I don't need two. Exactly.
Then I'm going with a Derek White type player. But if I got a few Derek White type players and I just need a star, like a Carmelo Anthony type player, then I'm more inclined to take that guy.
Right. Carmelo.
Right.
DJ, they just wanted us saying Carmelo name up here. That's it. they had to get one back from what we had done to him in the past.
This is what I would say. If you line them up and you got a guy that averages 11 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals a game, and you got a guy that averages 25 points a game, probably 5 boards a game, probably 2 or 3 assists because he's a scorer, and he could do that on the NBA level, I'm going to take the 25 point per scorer guy every day just because the name of the game is basketball and the object of the game is to score the basketball. Like if I can outscore the other team, and I get it how y'all say, hey, it depends on the rest of the team. But if you're starting your team from scratch, would you pick the Derek White type player or would you pick the established star in Carmelo? And I think 10 times out of 10, most people would pick the person who's the established star in Carmelo.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it all boils down to. And it's just you have to understand. Like people get caught up in, well, I need team. Like you have to build it up. That's why I asked. Like if you're the coach, what do you want? Because, like you said, at the end of the day, it's about getting baskets. It's about getting buckets, and you can figure out the rest of the stuff. Because it's hard to find a guy who can consistently go out and get you 22 to 26 points a night. You can find guys. Like you can find a dude. You can't find – it's hard to find a LeBron, a Jordan, a Kobe, a KD, a Melo. Like them niggas don't – you just can't get them.
Yeah.
So when you see one, you got to snatch that up. And you figure out the rest later.
Yeah, that's true. I can understand that point.
And the fact of the matter is superstars star players just don't leave their teams and switch.
And they don't grow
like in the middle of their prime. They're going to more than like Kevin Garnett stayed. Kevin Garnett stayed longer than he needed to with Minnesota. LeBron James stayed longer than he needed to with Cleveland when you see the outcome they had, right? So yeah.
Did he stay longer? No, I'm not going to derail this conversation. Go ahead, sir.
I'm just saying, like, staying too long might be subjective, but they didn't win in the time frame he was there. But you saw it was easier to build around him than it would have been for Boston to try and draft Derek White and start a team from scratch and build around him.
Right. Okay. Speaking of building, we've seen the fall. I'm gonna play a video real quick. It's about 40 seconds or so. We're gonna watch it, discuss it before we get up out of here.
Basketball in today's game, it ain't nothing but kids disrespecting the game of basketball because every time you score, you got to celebrate. It's one bucket. That's why the NBA is taking the turn the way it is when they talk about European players and American players. Like most of the parents never played the game of basketball, but want to tell your kid how to play the game of basketball. And then when they get somebody who try to be real with them and coach them, oh, he hating on your kid. The fundamentals and the IQ is gone. We're not doing repetition of skills and fundamentals every day. The AAU circuit is killing American basketball.
Okay. Now, I want to talk about this a couple weeks ago, and Monte Ellis said what I was thinking, what I was saying. I was like, are we watching overall? Are we watching the death of American sports players? And what I mean by that is, especially black sports players, basketball being the biggest one. Like, we don't have a lot of American black sports or basketball stars. What I mean by American born, I mean born here. And I think it starts with the AAU circuit and how the AAU circuit doesn't teach fundamentals. It promotes bad basketball play. Like, the IQ of basketball is gone. That's why we see a lot of
kind of like individualism.
Yeah,
is like, what it promotes.
Right. And we see a lot of high pick and roll. There's no, when you look back, let's say after early 2000s, there's no more motion offenses. There's no triangle offense. There's no there's no weaves. There's a lot of right. Like there's more to basketball offenses and defenses than the shit that we see today.
Than ISO and pick and roll. And I think it starts because we're not teaching the kids at a younger age basketball like we used to. That's why I said in the beginning, we all played basketball as kids. And one of the first things they used to teach the bigs, look, you run, there's a line down the middle of the court. You run that from rim to rim. And then when you get to the other side, you put your hand up. Like, that's what we were taught. If the ball is on the left side, they always taught you got to swing your body around. You got to get to the other side of the court, make yourself available. If you play in defense, what you need to do, get between your man and the ball. They don't teach that no more. Like, simple stuff.
Do you
think the part is because of AAU system? Yeah, I mean, and I think a lot of it, and I think another thing, and I have this problem with football as well, we have too many people coaching that don't know the game. They're coaching based off of, they're trying to basically relive their own quote unquote glory through these little kids. They're not trying to teach the little kids.
That's what I was that's what I was going to allude to too. Is like, I don't think it's too many people coaching. I think it's too much of the wrong types of coaching that is going on.
Right, and that's the NBA fan. That's literally that's exactly what I was saying. A lot of kids have trainers. When we were younger, and I'm gonna date myself because I'm old as shit. I'm 47, but the best way to play, the best way to get.
You just gave me the Don Cheeto moment. I'm sorry.
I know. Because Moolah is a real friend. That's why he didn't laugh. Moolah is a real friend.
You my brother. I think it's at the barbecue, man, with my back.
Look, because what happens is
finally seasoned. All right, leave my nigga alone, bro. Stop playing on my
right. Because what happens is that we used to play 21. We used the best way to get better at anything, whether it's football, basketball, is to play the game. Trainers,
I agree with what he said.
Like, trainers don't make you better at the game of basketball because you got to play basketball. If you play 21, it encompasses everything that you need to do in basketball. It teaches you how to beat the press. It gives you one-on-one skills. You learn how to rebound in traffic. You learn how to shoot free throws under pressure.
You learn how to dribble.
you learn how to dribble. That is the best way to play basketball. Because it helps you as an individual first, and then when you go into a team setting, it helps you there as well.
But I think that's it right there. It's what Theo said in the chat, Mel, what you said a little bit, what DJ said. I think it's more of individual player. Like, who is this guy I have in front of me? What is his strengths? What are his weaknesses? What do I need to work on? And I think they train towards that and work on that, so they make a complete player, right? A guy that has no weaknesses, so he can climb his way up the ladder, high school, college, the NBA. When it's like by the time they get to high school, you're starting to learn team aspect. By the time you get to college, you're expected to know team aspect, right? You can still kind of show off a little bit. By the time you get to the NBA, it's you must know these things. And a lot of times these kids are coming in and they don't know what the team aspect is. They think coming in now, I'm going to come in, shoot like Steph Curry, do this, do that like that player, and then I'm always going to be good. And I like to go back to what Bradley Beal said to his camp. Like, you think you could do what I do in the league? You think you coming for my job? No, I'll bust your ass. Like, you better learn how to play some defense, because that's all you're gonna be able to play in this league. Like, people don't know that work on the other things. So it's like, if this guy could shoot threes, if this guy could do this, he could dunk, then let's work on that aspect and focus on that so we can get him somewhere and let the rest come later.
And I think that's what's hurting these kids coming out of high school or middle school to high school, college, because now that's if they even go to college now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Might go overseas.
So the problem that I see is, and Monte actually brought it up in the video, and you actually see this, like, Mel, like, we talk about this a lot when it comes to football, and I know a lot of people we don't really have this conversation when it comes to basketball and AAU, because it's such a broad thing, and they have the YouTube basketball overtime. All of this stuff, right? The big three. So a lot of people feel like there are a lot of different outlets for basketball, and there are, right? Respectfully, but the problem that we run into, and like I said, Monte alluded to this, is the parents, right? A lot of these parents, when you come to these programs and they have the individual trainers and they have the guys that's going to work with them one-on-one, and yeah, they may be tuning up to find skills or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't necessarily always transition to team success, right? Because
too many people in your ear
may come with trainers, right? All five of these people may have the most expensive and most top of the line trainers who's going to teach them how to shoot like Steph Curry and dribble like Derrick Rose and all this other extra stuff. But how does that complement the team, and how does that all correlate together? And when you bring those guys together, a lot of these guys can't play together because they've never really understood chemistry and how to actually play 5-on-5 basketball. They're really individual based, like DJ Micah B said, right? So then you have the parents and some of these trainers and then some of these coaches, like Mel said, a lot of these guys who didn't play the game, or at least didn't play the game at a high level, right? So they don't understand what a lot of these players need and what they don't need and how to blend them together, right? So then on top of that, you got those guys telling everybody, oh, you're a superstar, you're this, you're that, you can score out to this and you can score out this and you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, right? They're getting told that by coaches, they're getting told that by trainers, they're getting told that by their parents, right? So then when you have other people come in, other scouts, other coaches come in, it's like, yeah, nah, the reason why your team is bad is because they do this. The reason why your team is bad is because they don't do this. Now you have parents, oh, well, I'm just going to take my money, I'm going to take my trainer, we're going to go to a different program. That's going to tell us what we're going to tell us what we're good at, right? So ultimately, is the biggest problem that's killing basketball now is you have a whole bunch of parents, and even just youth sports in general. You have a whole bunch of parents and a whole bunch of these guys that were failed athletes that didn't make it, or want to live vicariously through their children, like Mel said, that want to have all of these guys, all of these names, and all of these numbers come to their respective program, because at the end of the day, it's all about money, right? And the more money you can throw in these programs, the more money these parents can throw at these kids and throw at these trainers. That's what they're going to feel like is going to build their clout and build their brand up. But at the end of the day, none of these kids are actually learning how to play basketball. They're learning how to be good players, but they're not learning how to play basketball.
I'm actually happy you said that, because I was going to go that exact route. I think like people come out and say all the time, hey, look, there are more skilled players these days than there were in the 2000s and the 90s and things like that. Fine. Yeah, the 15 person on the bench is probably a better 3-point shooter or a better shooter than the 15 person in the 90s, right? Okay, cool. But what exactly does that mean other than he would beat this guy one-on-one, right? It doesn't mean much because basketball is still a team sport. And the problem is, and I heard Kobe and Tracy McGrady say this same thing, but I'm gonna kind of paraphrase it. I don't know the exact quote. Kobe said they're playing accidental basketball. There's no scheme. There's no intentionality when you got to go get a play. It's just give it to your best player, clear out, and hope for the best. Tracy McGrady said the only way to learn to play 5-on-5 basketball is to play 5-on-5 basketball.
You say
a lot of these guys aren't playing 5-on-5 basketball. And granted, AAU started off great because it was like, oh, it gives players a chance to play basketball in an organized team sport 24/7. You're learning the fundamentals of a team game and things like that. And the one thing nobody has talked, I listen to all you, but I could have overlooked it. Nobody has talked about the role that social media has played in this. People get famous over one play, and it's like I said with the individualism. People get famous over one play, and after that one play, it's like, oh, this dude is going to go pro. This dude is going to do this, and all that gets to their head, and they really believe they're the best. Whereas, Mel, Mel, you know this very well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Michael Jordan once said, "Hey, this guy is ranked number 1 in the state he was playing," and he was like, "He can't be ranked number 1 because he hasn't played against me yet." Right? So, and this is one of the things I have always maintained with basketball, and I think all of y'all can attest to this. Basketball has become more of an offensive game where it's like, well, he can get his and I can get mine, but he's not going to embarrass me. So I'm not playing defense, because what if I get crossed and I become the next viral clip? What if I get dunked on and I become the next viral clip? Well, guess what? You get dunked on, you become a viral clip for a week, maybe, and then somebody else is going to get dunked on. Like all that stuff, it passes. So,
and the thing about that is, I'm gonna piggyback off that, and you're 100% correct, because what happens is social media. No one wants to be, because back in the day, if you got put on the poster, that was the thing. You didn't want to get put on the poster.
Yep.
Right. So, but the guys back then,
do they even still make those?
Yes. I don't know. They should. I think should go back to doing that. But the stigma of social media of not getting crossed up, not getting dunked on, that's a big thing. Second, you said the specialization of the players today. I hate the term that they say two-way player. That's a basketball player.
Yeah, that's a basketball player.
Yeah, well, because nobody is one now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you see somebody that plays offense and defense, you're like, oh my God, like he's a two-way player. Like, no, he's a basketball player. That's what he's supposed to do, is fucking play defense and play offense. That's just what it is. Like, it's ridiculous to me. And also, the biggest thing I think what happened with AAU and how it changed, AAU became big business.
Yeah.
Once Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, all of these big companies, sneaker brands, got involved, and they're giving these coaches hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to run these programs. And it stopped being about, I'm going to develop this kid, to how many of these quote unquote top kids can I get to my camp so that I can make more money?
You know what? That's a good point. And I'm going to tell you, so I think the perfect way of saying this for myself and a lot of people watching, all of y'all are familiar with Caribbean culture and Caribbean music, right? I know, Mel, you were in New York and things, so you grew up around it and things like that, right? The Caribbean festival here in America took a turn for the worse in the early 2000s going into the late 2000s, because, and y'all can quote me on this, it became more about the money than spreading the culture and having outsiders embrace the culture.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what it is. That's what sponsors. That's exactly what Mel's saying here. It's like when they started offering coaches contracts just because coaches were winning, like, I'm gonna pay you this much for your whole team to wear Nike. Here's the Nike gear. Here's this, and that.
Yep.
Coaches don't care about developing your player. All they care about is that's the best player in the tournament. I'm gonna give him the ball because he's gonna keep me getting this sponsorship, and we're gonna win games that way.
Yep.
Well, and then
in the meantime, you're not teaching the X's and O's and the fundamentals of basketball.
They don't care about it.
And that's the biggest problem right there, because when you add the coaches, right? Because a lot of these coaches are former NBA players, right? So they bring a lot of money automatically to these brands, to these AAU leagues, to these small leagues, right? And they're bringing the top of the line talent. So that means, they got a Monte Ellis over there, they got a Baron Davis over there, they got a Steven Jackson, whatever the case may be. They're coaching, and they got all these top of the line guys, right? So we got to go out there, we got to pay top money, we got to get all the rich kids and all their family and all their parents to come play top of the line money, right? And then here's the biggest part. This is the reason why there's really no true competition, right? All of these guys are supposed to be cross-town rivals. All of these guys are supposed to be, this guy goes over here, this guy's goes over here. At the end of the day, they all what? Teammates. Because they all go to what? The same high school. So they're all what? Friends. So even if they're all on the different AAU team, they never really want to, like DJ Michael B said, that's my boy over there. So as long as he don't embarrass me, I'm gonna let him get his because he's gonna let me get mine. And y'all be great teammates.
I remember I said that on the podcast that you can't sit here and tell me, and I think I used LeBron and KD as the example, that you can't sit here and tell me that them niggas go out there on the court and be like, well, he gonna get his and I'm gonna get mine. And I believe it was Boo. I can't remember if it was Mel or Boo, but I believe it was Boo who gave me so much pushback on that. It's like, nah, because this is how they raise their boys, bro. They don't really care about playing each other. Like, and it's just simple for me because I grew up on a basketball court in the street.
I know that wasn't Mel that pushed back on you. Ain't no way in hell.
I don't think it was Mel. That's why I said I think it was Boo, but all my interactions with pushback is either Mel or Boo. So it gets cluttered in my brain which one is which. But I came up in street ball, played a lot of street ball where I'm from in Jersey City. If you go ask some of the guys I grew up with, a lot of them I grew up with, they'll tell you like I was a beast on the street. But I like
9th best power forward of all time.
like that's right. But like bro, it's like for me, I just want to rap because I know Mel want to get out of here. But it's like we still like my goal out on the street. Like when I play ball, I had a best friend named George. Shout out to him. He's a cop out in Ferguson, Missouri. One of the dangerous places to be a cop. But I would never let him beat me, bro. Never. I don't care. And I had asthma. My chest used to burn like fire, bro. Out of breath, couldn't breathe. Still wouldn't let him beat me. And he would tell you that I never would, because that I don't care if he was my best friend. I grew up with him. He couldn't have one up on me. Players today don't have that mindset. They don't have the mindset that you can't have one up on me. I want to beat you every time I'm in your stadium, my stadium, somebody else's stadium, out in the parking lot with the baby hoop. I want to beat you in every single one.
And you can line all of us up right now to play King of the Court, and Moo line up against me. Me and Moo boys, all of us are boys here. But I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing. It might just come to blows, and after we done playing basketball, we shake hands and we go on about our business. But when you stand across from me, like me and I can use GQ. If me and GQ play against each other on a basketball court, I guard GQ and GQ guard me, bro. You best believe there's going to be some elbows. There's going to be some pushing. There's going to be a little bit of everything, because we're fighting on this court. Because there's no way in hell I'm going home knowing I lost to you. That's going to piss me off every single time.
Yeah, and I'm a pack it up and back up, what Troy said, and what Troy said about him playing on the street. And that's
hold on, bro. Put some respect on my name, bro. We'll boo up that when you need him. Yeah. Put some respect on my name.
So if you take what Troy said, and I think that's to me, that's part of the core of what's missing in basketball. The hood kids ain't playing basketball no more. You got private school kids. You got
hills.
You got too many private school.
But that's
kids.
because the route that's offered to the new. Because
no, I know that's what
I didn't
have
that route offered to me when I was growing up in the hood playing ball. Nobody offered me an AAU. I didn't even know what AAU was.
No, but what I'm saying
in the 90s.
But what I'm saying is, nowadays you have a lot of these kids don't come from where we came from. These are upper middle class kids. Like, they are really good basketball players, but they don't get they can't go to a prep school. They can't go to these AAU tournaments. They can't, they don't get the opportunities to go to college because remember, Marbury didn't go to a prep school. Marbury went to fucking Lincoln High School in Brooklyn.
Right, and I think that contributes to the hunger. The hunger's not there no more.
No, they took. No, I don't think. It's not that the hunger isn't there. I think where these people are looking for kids completely changed. Who was the last great basketball player come out of the state of New York?
Yeah, shrimp.
Lance Stevenson? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know.
But that's a problem. Like, New York used to be where you went to go get basketball players.
Yeah, Rucker Park.
Like, Chicago, Texas. Like, these were places where you would go to get these guys from.
Oh, Kemba's a good one. I forgot Kemba was from New York.
Kemba's a good one. That's not bad.
But look how long ago that was.
Yeah, true.
But no, man, you're right there. I'm Jersey. I'm right across from New York, so I'm right here with the.
You know how many good basketball players are in Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
Like think about it. Like, was it just like 2 years ago? What was this? What's that college in Jersey City that went on the run in the Sweet 16?
St. Peter's.
It was St. Peter. I can't remember this school, but those are New York kids. Those are Jersey kids. And then everybody's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they did this." No, they can hoop. They just don't go to Notre Dame. They just don't go to Kentucky.
I think you're right. I think you're right because at a certain point, I do remember, and everybody was saying how Villanova wouldn't go after one and dones. They were going after players that were going to be there 3-4 years. And Villanova won 2 championships in 4 years, right? And
that's my team. Let's go, Bill.
So you're absolutely hitting the nail on the head with this take. This is 100% fact.
And it's like we're not getting the kids from.
He said, "Go to Rucker Park and get him." My email, you didn't see it. I put it back. He said, "Go to Rucker Park and get him."
Because everybody ain't skipped to my Lou, dog. That's really what it is.
Yeah, had all the point guards. Because that's just the Knicks. I don't know. The Knicks is a crazy, but no, they have Mark Jackson.
Yeah, they have Mark. I'm just saying everybody.
They have Mark Jackson. They have Rod Strickland. They have point guards.
But how recent though?
No, recently, no.
Besides Jalen, I mean, they have Jalen Brunson now, but
they got Jalen Brunson now.
But
Jalen Brunson's close. He's from New Jersey, so that's close.
That counts. That's valid.
I just think at the end of the day, the hood needs to be represented.
Get us back in the game, bro.
In the NBA, in NBA basketball.
Let me ask y'all this,
and not fake thug niggas like Ja Morant. I'm talking about.
We need more Isaiah Stewarts in the league, nigga. We need more Isaiah Stewarts in the league. Some more Dennis Rodmans.
Real quick, let me ask y'all this though. How much do y'all think getting paid? I mean, it's under the table, but I mean, pretty much everybody. How much do y'all think getting paid on the table for some of these players? Their parents are getting paid on the table for them just because their talent is elite.
Because they go to the school.
Contributes to pulling a lot of, because we know we know in the 80s it was happening in college, but now that college is also paying, the only place where it's regulated now is high school and under.
It's not regulated in high school no more.
I was gonna say it's actually not regulated in high school no more either.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
A middle school kid just signed an NIL deal for what? I think it was something like $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them share with
high schools are real. High schools is,
shit. What?
High schools is actually going out of their way to, if not sign, like Mel said, sign kids to NILs. They're doing things to move kids specifically into their district so that they can go to their schools.
Yeah. It's even in. I should probably talk about it tomorrow because there's a little kid that plays football. I think Shorty is like 8 years old. He left
like 8 years old.
The school the little football team that he was playing with, put it on his Instagram. He a free agent. And the team paid him and his mother $80,000 for a 8-year-old to play football.
I don't know why they doing that, Tone, because they ain't got
That's
all that money
fucking
they
crazy.
getting. All that money they getting going to gas.
Like, it's crazy. This money that's going around in these sports.
I think it's ridiculous. And I don't, I want to preface it by saying I don't wish nothing on Shorty. I hope he has a fruitful, prosperous career of how far he goes and he never gets, nothing happens. But 8 years at that age is crazy because what if there's injury and he's never the same?
Ain't nobody picking him up. You ain't got no loyalty at that age. At 8, you ain't got no loyalty to your team.
No. I'm not saying you have loyalty. I'm saying what if what if he does get hurt and he's never the same after?
It don't even, bro. It's just weird that you would even have a comment that a kid would do that.
But I think that goes back to what the guys Tone and Theo and you guys were saying about the parents and how much influence do the parents do have on their kids and what route they take and what school they go to, and are they getting a little something under the table, which I think they are. We just go back to the Chris Webber situation, right? His coach was hooking him up with money and shit like that to help him out. Don't think that other people aren't getting that. Like,
100%.
It's either the coach giving the money. It's either, and I'm gonna be real for a second. It's either the coaches giving him some money or helping him out, or them niggas selling drugs. There's the two options they got.
So they definitely not selling drugs no more. That was back in the 80s.
That's all you got. Sell some.
I know my like, it wasn't AAU football, but my coaches when I was like 10, them niggas was definitely selling drugs. I already know that.
100%. When I came up going to college, niggas were selling drugs to get by, to get oodles and noodles. Y'all crazy. Like, it was rough times.
Man,
now they got NILs and money that their parents are spending. So, and then you don't think too, like, and this is the thing for me, right? When I was with my daughter's mother, she had a son, and I always used to tell him, like, look, bro, you want to play football, you got to know what you're getting into. Because don't just do it because one, you want to do it or somebody's pushing you to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. And a lot of times these parents push their kids to do something that they don't want to do because they couldn't achieve it. They felt like they could achieve it. They got injured and couldn't play no more. So they pushed their kids to go live it. And I think a lot of times we're hurting the kids because only a small percentage of kids get into colleges that can get them somewhere, right? Only even a smaller amount make it to the NBA, even a small amount make it to the NFL. So it's a long game for
I'm happy you brought that up because Charles Barkley said he went to school and asked how many of y'all want to be sports players, and all the black kids went up and he said how many of y'all want to be doctors or y'all want to be teachers and things like that. And it was maybe 5 kids in total that raised their hands for that. And it was like, all of you can't be athletes. Like, I want people to understand.
For 5 years, of course, they want to be an athlete.
Like, right?
There's doctors that make that.
But exactly,
long way to get there, though.
Right, but the same effort you're putting into trying to get there with basketball, you could also put it to being a doctor as well.
I found out how much an esthetician makes.
Yeah, they make money.
Shit. Or just the guy who comes in and
give
like when women are pregnant. And they give them the epidural.
Yeah, the more and the damn, what is it called? I'm just talking about this neurologist or some shit like the guy who give you the damn morphine to put you to sleep.
See, I'll give y'all this example, right? And I'm not saying this is a lot of money, but we have a guy, and he makes a lot of money. We have a guy that
more than
works.
What I make, it's a lot of money.
Okay, so we have a guy.
I think I make
that works with some stuff in our warehouse that is tracked by the government, right? He probably works 5 hours the whole week and makes $2,000 or $2,300 every week just for signing some papers like, okay, this company wants this.
That's good. I do
Submit the documents. Boom. Yeah. He works maybe 5 hours a week. $2,300 from us. He works for another company. $2,300 from them. He works for 5 different companies, and he probably works 25 hours in total a week, and he makes $2,300 a week from all 5 companies.
Yeah, so that motherfucker making damn near $60,000 a month. I'm cool with that.
That's what I'm saying. So like when you think when you sitting here, was like, well, the way to make it out is playing sports and things like it, or but they make this X and O's. It's like right. So
we don't sell to our, especially in neighborhoods like mine. We don't sell to our black kids that they could grow up and be doctors.
Right. But I'm making a point. I'm making a point in talking about this. Right. The same thing y'all were just talking about with everybody's playing sports and parents are sitting there saying, you can do it. You can do this. You're talented enough. You're this and that. When you're probably not, because you have to be in the 1%. And I'm not saying as kids do that, but when you get to high school, you know what it is, bro.
But I got friends that did both. Actually, they actually use sports.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To get the scholarship to go to school to do what they actually
do. What they want to do.
Yeah, I commend those people. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right. So
but that's what I mean. He bowled out his life, school his life.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna tie this up in the bow right here, right now. Any last words before we get up out of here, DJ Micah B?
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all already know what it is. Catch the Best Damn Football Show tomorrow night ish. Best Damn Football Show on the internet. Period.
It's gonna be a crazy one.
Coined by me. I'm in the theme song, by the way. I just want to let y'all know that is definitely my voice. I know. I thank my boys. I thank my boys for putting me in there, but definitely the best football show on in there. Period. Make sure you tune in. We have an explosive.
Theo got to bring his ass on the show. That's all I'm gonna say.
We have an explosive segment tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
And it's all pertaining around Shedeur Sanders. So make sure you tune in. Then of course Tuesday, Basket to Basket. Wednesdays, Gentlemen Talk, and then next week Thursday, right back here for Basket to Basket. Y'all already know what it is.
Mulich.
Hey man, another great show. Appreciate everybody in the comments. Like my boy DJ Michael B said, I'm not gonna repeat it. Make sure you guys come back for the shows tomorrow throughout the rest of the week. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting. You already know the slogan. We're not gonna stop until we get that plaque in the motherfucking back. So keep coming back so we keep going up. See y'all tomorrow.
Sure. Didn't even need it. I got a piece for you, and that's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely see you tomorrow.
Shout out to Theo and Tone.
Right. Theo and Tone. Definitely shout out for y'all being up in those comments. We appreciate you. Everybody else watching, always leave a like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend so we can get this plaque, like Mula said. And tomorrow, no Diddy. Tomorrow, you said you just said in the back, bro. That's all you said.
The plaque. I finished the line in the back. What the fuck?
You got to say the plaque.
Hold on, you trying to set me up?
You got to say the plaque.
You trying to set me up and shit?
Man, in the damn show.
DJ trying to go to sleep. Close it out.
That motherfucker fighting though, boy. He fighting for his life right now.
Man, if y'all don't close out this goddamn show,
we gotta get up early in the morning.
Yeah, inside the huddle tomorrow. We out here.